Eagles as they try to win their 1800th game in school history against one of the oldest rivalries Beckley has in the Bluefield Beavers. Can Beckley weather the emotion of Bluefield and get their 5th win of the season? We're about to find out. It's Beckley against Bluefield, and it's next.
The 118th edition of the Beckley Flying Eagles are on the air. Today's game is being brought to you by
Access Health, Beckley ARH, Tudor's Biscuit World, CDL Assist Chick-fil-A, Cornerstone IGA, Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall, Doug Lehman at Edward Jones Investment, Jan Care, Friendship Kia, Friendship Subaru, Gino's Pizza and Spaghetti House, Imagine Medi-Spa, Meadows Heating and Cooling, New River Community and Technical College, the Pepsi Bottlers of Southern West Virginia, Pioneer Community Bank, Archie Rogers Oil Company, Stephen New and Associates, Upland Soul Food, Window World of Beckley.
Now, let's go courtside with all the exciting action of the women's basketball program in the state of and the voice of the Flying Eagles, Fred Persinger II.
And good evening from Bluefield High, actually from the Brush Fork Armory in Bluewell, home of the Bluefield Beavers. The Beckley Flying Eagles and the Bluefield Beavers, the 165th time these two teams have played basketball. We'll get to more of this contest coming up in just a little bit. But Brent, when you go back, man, it's been a while since we've seen the Flying Eagles on the court. January the 2nd, you have to go back when Beckley defeated Huntington on the road by 21 points in a game that I don't think either one of us thought Beckley would win that big, but they did. Played very well defense, and now they had close to 3 weeks off to get ready for today's matchup against Bluefield.
Yeah, on the way down, I had to remember if I knew how to do this again. To be honest with you, it's been a couple days, but you know, you go look back at that Huntington game, and you know, you started out hot. Huntington guys for some disciplinary issues. You jumped into that full court pressure, and if you remember, Huntington called timeout in the first of the game and put all their guys back in, and then you back and forth, you know, punch and match there in the first quarter, second quarter, and Beckley, you know, goes on that big run, about 21-6 run, and really separated themselves. And really what we saw, and it was the same thing you saw out of this Beckley team against Capital, they just kind of wore their opponent down and able to make some shots. You finally saw Kobe Dillon knock down some threes. Some other guys knock down some big shots, Zion Hawthorne, Jalen Walton, and get that defensive pressure on those teams. And they look good. Now, can you translate that after a 12-day break?
When you look at that 12-day break for Beckley, as a former player, and I know you probably went through some breaks because of bad weather where you couldn't practice, you couldn't do anything. As a former player, what do you remember about that, and how do you, as a player, stay focused on, you know, taking the time off to come back and get ready for a game like tonight?
It's tough. I mean, we had one similar my senior year where we were about the same amount of time right after Christmas break. Missed a handful of games, and you know, I know a couple of those days they're not allowed to practice, so then the ownership falls back. You got to have the trust amongst the guys. You got to find a way to get some sort of activity in and stay fresh. And so once you are able to get back into practice, I think the biggest thing from a game standpoint, you know, you're tired of practicing after you're able to get back to practice, but now in a game standpoint, you really have to rely on allowing your defense to start your offense, because you're going to come out and it's going to be kind of like a first game feel for a minute. So can your energy produce your offense?
And I would think that this might be one of the toughest places for Beckley to come back after a 12-day break. We don't play well here.
No.
You know, we go back to last year, played horrible here. I don't know if it's the lighting, which does seem darker. You would think a big open environment like this, like the Raleigh County Convention Center, Beckley would play well.
Yeah.
But that just hasn't been the case over the past couple of years.
Yeah, and I remember, you know, from my playing days, you know, this is where our sectional tournament was my sophomore year, and we came down here and Chase Connor almost led the Shady team, almost beat us in that first round matchup, and then we, you know, ended up blowing Greenbrier East out 80-49, I think, in that sectional championship. So it's got a different feel to it, and I remember vividly that week, Coach Kidd brought us down here to practice early on in the week to get accustomed to the gym. So this Beckley team, obviously last year's showing, they want to redeem themselves for that, and which it was an odd matchup, because you remember last year we played Bluefield the night before in Beckley, and it was the pace of the game that you wanted to have if you were Beckley. Came back the next day, and it was just like snail's pace. And so I think if you're Beckley tonight, you want to get this game, like we mentioned, defense to offense, and get this thing running as much as possible to get in your favor.
When you look at Beckley coming into this game tonight, as I mentioned in the scene setter, some minor injuries, really is one injury, and that's Kobe Dillon. Kobe injured his ankle in practice on Friday. He's out here playing.
Yeah.
And I saw a picture. It was not a pretty sight. It was a bad ankle sprain. I talked to him before while he was getting ready. I said, how's the ankle? And he said, about the same as yesterday. I said, you ready to go? He said, yeah, I'm ready. And watching him out, you can't tell that it's bugging him, but it's still a little swollen. And it's something that we're going to have to watch as this game goes on. And it's something that if you see him check out, how does he react when he comes back in?
Right.
So, that's going to be something to watch as this game goes on.
And it's not only for this game, it's going to be the remainder of the season, just dealing with those minor injuries from an ankle sprain or whatever the case may be. And I don't necessarily worry about it for him on the offensive end. It's more so how can he handle it on the defensive end with that lateral movement, guarding on-ball pressure. So let's see if Coach Kidd is able to adjust accordingly and allow him to guard maybe off the ball a little bit more, or maybe even see zone, because he's got a lot of responsibility, him and Zion and A.J. Thomas, of guarding on-ball pressure up at the full court.
One thing that has been not surprising, but just a very good thing for Beckley this year has been the play of Jalen Walton and what he has done inside for Beckley, averaging a double-double, had another good game against a bigger Huntington ball club, and once again established himself early on the inside. And
he just has shown up every night, and that's the biggest thing I think is somewhat of a difference that you can see his growth from last year. I think at times we talked about a consistency from him, and this year he's been that guy. He's been consistent night in and night out, and it starts for him when he's able to get those offensive rebounds and able to get defensive rebounds and get out in transition. And you're seeing evolution in his game, being able to knock down that short corner shot, a couple foul line shots, and then I think, just his ability to allow the offense to entry pass to him down on the low block, and then allow those outside perimeter guys to do what they can. So he's integral in what Beckley can do offensively.
We talk about this Bluefield Beaver Ball Club, and here they come in with a record of 0-5. They have not won a game, which is so surprising for a Bluefield program, but when you take a little closer look at it, they lost to a good Pikeview team by 3 points to start the season. They then played 3 teams from out of state. Who knows how good those teams are. They come back and they lose to Shady Spring by 5 points. So in state, they have been in 2 good games against 2 good ball clubs. This team, I think, is better than 0-5.
Yeah, I would highly imagine that. And it's a Bluefield team that's always going to be athletic, and they're going to be well coached. Just looking at that Shady game, only losing to them by 5 here on this court, so that weighed something in on Shady from their matchup with them. So, it's a team that you're going to expect to come out, like we mentioned in the scene setter, playing with a lot of emotion. It is very tough. Try to slow the pace down tonight.
Think about it as well. When I said play with emotion because of the loss of Buster Large, their former head coach who passed away unexpectedly this past weekend. And I say that because this is a young team, but there were some players on this team that played for Coach Large last year. Also, a lot of these guys played middle school football. These sophomores and freshmen played middle school football. Buster Large, head coach, he was the head football coach at Bluefield Middle School. So these kids knew head coach. As I was talking to Tony Webster, the new head coach, before the game, he said it was a total shock.
Yeah.
Just a total shock, and it's been hard for this community. Their first game away, wanting to play for him and play with that emotion. Beckley's got to match that tonight.
Absolutely, got to match it, and paying our respects to Coach Large, and always had a good interaction with him whenever I got the chance. And you can see the impact he had on his community down here as well, with a lot of those really, really good Bluefield teams that were in the state tournament and a couple state championships. So Beckley's just got to be able to weather that early on, weather that emotion, and then just try to run away with this thing.
It's Beckley and Bluefield coming up for the 165th time here this evening at the Brush Fork Army. Had a chance to sit down and talk with head coach Ryan Kidd. Basketball, man. Haven't played since January 2nd. Tell me how the guys have handled this break.
Well, it's been a long break, but I think our kids have kind of adapted to it well. You know, kids rather play games than practice, but I kind of like practices myself. But, you know, we'll see tonight going back to school today, and this is a different routine as far as the last 3 weeks, so it's going to be different.
I know it's also been the fact that you guys haven't been able to practice as much because of no school last week. So talk about how the guys have come back from practice and getting ready for this stretch of games we got.
You know, that's the bad part about it, Freddie, not being able to practice. And I thought we was on a good little road there, you know, playing Capital the way we did, playing Huntington the way we did, and then have to break and stop for so long. But like I say, we just got to get back into the groove and start doing the things we were doing, or even get better with this game starting tonight.
I know the 2 games against Capital and Huntington, our last 2 games, I like the way our defense played. I think we played pretty good defense. Anytime you can beat Capital and Huntington by 20-plus points, that's pretty good defense.
Anytime on the road, too, Freddie. You know, I thought our kids, especially the Huntington game, I thought our defense was like like you've been talking about the 90s teams. I thought we looked just like that. Capital, we started to get like it, but I thought Huntington, we started to really look like it.
And, of course, you had Jalen continue to do what Jalen does. I mean, averaging a double-double. Once again, he was very tough inside for us.
I think Jalen's been a force. And the thing I like about Jalen, he's playing like he's having fun. So that's the main reason why he's playing well. I think he's having fun. And I think he feels like he's a force when he gets the ball inside. He's attacking the rim and trying to score with the ball.
You know, the one thing about Jalen, you can't tell if he's having fun or not because his attitude and his demeanor doesn't change at all, does it?
It don't change, but I can kind of feel like he's having fun, and you know, we need him to keep playing that way and even get better.
All right, let's talk about this matchup against the Bluefield Beavers, a team that comes in looking for their first win of the season. It's hard to believe Bluefield hasn't won a game yet, but they're a young team, but they're athletic, and they've got some players we got to look out for.
Very young team. Just like I always talk about Walman County, Walman East, I always look at Walman East and Bluefield as teams that they play. They like basketball. I don't try to put them in no AA category because they have players. Bluefield has athletes. They play extremely hard. It's going to be tough in here tonight.
I know they've played a tough schedule, and they've been in some close games as well. Last time out, Shady just beat them by 5 points on this floor. It seems like at times Beckley struggles in this building, and we did that last year and a couple of other times. This is not an easy place to play.
It's not an easy place to play. It's dark. The floor is it seems a little bit different, but you know, we just got to adjust and be ready to play basketball.
I know this is a big week for Beckley. 3 games coming up against 3 rivals. You got Shady on Wednesday and Greenbrier East on Saturday. What does it mean for this team to get off to a good start tonight, the fact that we haven't played since January 2nd?
Wow, Freddie, did you set that schedule up? You know, it's like almost like a tournament type of week. You know, you got your first game in the state tournament. Then on Thursday, you got your semifinal game, and then Saturday is your championship game. So that's kind of the way we kind of looking at it that way. You know, we just got to be ready to play each and every night.
All right, let's give me an update on Kobe. Injured his ankle a little bit in practice on Friday. Kind of give us an update how he's doing.
Yeah, he's so tough. That thing looked like it was a golf ball on it when he injured it on last week. But you know, he looks good. He looked good yesterday in practice, and you know, he's gonna gut it out, tough it out, and play. You know, he's just a hard-nosed kid.
All right, Coach, what do you want to see from your team?
We definitely got to rebound. We got to guard their best player, Jace. So it's gonna be tough. We just got to be ready to play.
All right, buddy. Wish the best of luck tonight. We'll talk Thursday before we take on the Shady Spring Tigers.
Thank you, Freddie. Once a flying eagle, always a flying eagle.
Hey, Coach Ron Kidd, Beckley Flying Eagles. We come back. We continue on the Big Dog, 99.5 WJLS. The heat has been on since we've gotten here. It has not turned off. We're approaching the 100-degree market here, I think.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you ask Coach Kidd, Coach Folks, they may like that.
Oh, they love it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
They love it. I mean,
I'm at the point now I don't like it either.
I mean, I'm getting to the point now where I'm ready to take a nap, you know? I mean, I know you were out last night, you know, with the governor and having fun. And doing stuff today with the governor and stuff like that, having fun. So, I know you're probably tired too. But
if you call work fun, I guess that's what it is. But yeah, no, that was a good experience down at the governor's ball, the inauguration, and then our good friend, new Senator Brian Hilton, his swear-in ceremony this morning. So that was awesome.
I picked on you today on my talk show with Bill Roop and Hilton, and I know Brian talked to you about that today.
Yeah,
so.
I heard that. My ears were itching. He came up and told me, and then Bill Roop, he told me as well last night that we had to get here to Bluefield tonight.
I told Mike, make sure you know, or Brian, make sure you know,
That's
man,
right.
you got to get here.
That's
You got to
right.
get here. This is the third game here today. We've already had 2 games played. The Beckley freshman team won on a last-second 3-point shot, defeated Bluefield 50-48. The JV didn't have to worry about a last-second shot. JV, boy, they looked good in that third quarter. They turned away Bluefield 81-49.
And I'll tell you, I didn't write down the halftime score, but I believe it was probably a 5 or 6 point game to start the third quarter. And Coach Lewis brought them out of halftime and basically said, "Hey guys, we need to flip this switch right now." And they answered the call, and he rewarded them at the end of that third quarter. I think they had a 20-some point lead there at the end of the third quarter. So that core 5 in that JV rotation, they really answered the call there in that third quarter. Showed a lot of good stuff.
Hopefully that is a good sign of what will happen here in this varsity game. And I think Beckley has got to come out and play well early in this matchup at a place where they haven't played well. In a game that's very emotional. You haven't played for close to 2 weeks. And we've known in the past, Beckley plays better when you play game after game after game. When Beckley takes some time off, sometimes it's a little rusty for a couple of games.
Yeah, and I think this Beckley team is a little different than maybe even last year's team in the sense of we've not seen that lull in them yet. Yeah, we've had spurts of offensive droughts on the offensive end, but you hear every coach at every level talk about defense can get you out of that, and so I think this Beckley group, you've got the ability and the athleticism from the guard heavy standpoint that you can push the tempo in different ways that you may not be able to if you've got 2 bigs on the floor or 3 bigs on the floor. So I don't look for this Beckley team. You've got a good group of guys that can come out and bring that energy, and they understand that.
Well, I think you got to look at early Jalen Walton inside for Beckley. This is one team in Bluefield that when you look at the roster, Beckley will match up well with as far as the size goes. They only have one player that is 6'5" as well. Beckley has out-rebounded every opponent so far this year when the other teams have been bigger. Beckley has to take advantage of that tonight, having the same kind of size as Bluefield, and the fact you've got Jalen who's averaging a double-double. He has to have a big night.
Yeah, I went back and looked at that Huntington game, and Beckley finished the game with 32 rebounds, out-rebounding Huntington by over 8 rebounds, and of those 32, 12 of them were offensive rebounds, and that's crucial. So that's always, one of those 3 key items that we always talk about that Beckley has to do, win that rebounding battle tonight. And even the games that you've been mismatched on from a size standpoint, you're continuing to battle and win basically every one of those rebounding battles. The next thing from a key standpoint is, can you get to that 15 assist point mark? Can you get 15 assists at some point in this game? And then you look back at our games, and Shady lost. Shady scored 65 points, but all those other games, you haven't allowed a team besides Greenbrier East, and that was garbage time buckets at the end of the game, to score over 50 points. So can you stop Bluefield from getting to that 50-point mark tonight?
Yeah, that defense has been impressive, no doubt about it. Beckley going for their 1800th win in school history. We will see what happens here tonight as Beckley gets ready to take on the Bluefield Beavers. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the tip up next here on the Big Dog, 99.5 WJLS.
Now the introduction for the visiting team, the Woodrow Wilson High School. Number 14, Osborne. Number 2, Yellow. Number 22,
scenarios. Beckley's going to have to knock those down at the foul line. Really want to see, as we mentioned the whole pregame, want to see this intensity out of this ball club early in these first 4 minutes of this first quarter.
All right, so Beckley wearing the maroon uniforms tonight, white numbers, Beckley in cursive across the front of the jersey. Bluefield comes out wearing the home whites with maroon numbers, blue trim, and across the front of their jersey. Beckley will be going left to right. It will be Jalen Walton jumping center against Grayson Paris. Officials talking to the two big men in the center of the floor. Beckley going left to right. And we're about ready to go for the first time in about 2 weeks. We've got Beckley basketball. And here we go, I think. There we go. Ball in the air, tip control by the Beckley Flying Eagles into the hands of Kobe. Side to Preston Clary. Preston, high post pass to Jalen, pump fakes with it, gives it off to Kobe. Kobe, quick move to the basket, kicks it down in the corner to AJ, now to Zai, fires a long three, won't go, rebound, tipped around, pull down by AJ Thomas, kicks it back up to Zai. Zai through the lane, jump pass right side, Kobe for three, good.
It's a great start there. AJ Thomas with the offensive rebound, Zion Hawthorne finding Kobe Dillon.
And now a steal by Preston on the inbounds, misses the first time, gets it back, puts it up and in. Beckley up 5-0. Full court pressure put on by Beckley. And once again, trouble for Bluefield trying to get the ball up the floor was Jack Hurt. He was double teamed. Held ball will give it over to Bluefield. We might have something wrong with the basketball.
And guess who picked that out? Kobe Dillon. You talk about somebody that puts a lot of hours in the gym. They know how the ball should feel. So looks like they're taking it back to the locker room and maybe going to get a replacement. But you talk about, I said the first 4 minutes, but how about the first 42 seconds? I mean, 5-0 lead here. Beckley already with 2 offensive rebounds resulting in 5 second chance points. So really good job there so far. Beckley coming out, and we talk about it all the time. Beckley is able to get into that full court pressure off of made shots. So that's the biggest thing that Beckley needs to be able to do there, whether it's from a foul line or from knocking down shots. They've got to be able to get in that full court pressure.
You were checking out 2 basketballs. One, the new one, bounced right up to the official's waist. The one that they were using bounced to his knee. So made the change, a new basketball in. Beckley up 5-0. 7:15 to go opening quarter of play for Bluefield. Pass goes on the right side to Jace Smith. Inside to Paris, double team. The foul going to be called on Beckley on the shot. Call the personal foul on Beckley. Is it on Zai? Nope, Jalen. Jalen picks up his first team foul. That will send Paris to the line for 2 shots. Grayson makes the first. And Bluefield's on the board. Second free throw, off the rim, no good. Jalen gets the rebound for Beckley. He'll give it off to Jalen, or to Kobe. Long pass goes to Zai, fires a baseline jumper for 2 and scores. Beckley up 7-1, 6:55 to go first quarter. Another trap in the backcourt. They get the ball across the timeline. Short jumper by Jay Smith, no good. Jalen with another rebound. Long pass down the floor to Zai. Zai takes it in, lays it up, has it blocked by Bluefield. Here come the Beavers back the other way. Jay Smith brings it across the midcourt stripe. Now they give it up top. Working with it is Amari Helms. Back it goes to Jay Smith. Takes it down to the corner, picked up by Kobe. Goes back over to Helms. Top of the key with it. Working against AJ. Down to the corner goes to Paris. Backs in, spins, loses the ball out of bounds. It will go to Beckley.
Yeah, fortunate there. That time Jalen Walton tried to take the charge. No call. Good thing. Charge call, no block call, so Jalen doesn't pick up a second foul.
Beckley up 7-1, 6:10 to go here in the first quarter of play. Kobe has it left side, bounce pass goes to Jalen. Jalen takes a quick move inside, takes it up strong, will be fouled, and will go to the line for 2 shots. They'll call the foul on Jeffrey King. That will be his first team foul on Bluefield. And Jalen will be at the line to shoot 2 shots.
Yeah, going back to the defensive end for Beckley, you can see early on Bluefield trying to get the ball down low to Grayson Paris and attack Jalen Walton one-on-one, able to get 1 foul call on him early. And that time, the second time, good hands, active hands by Zion Hawthorne and Kobe Dillon, able to knock the ball out of bounds.
First free throw good by Jalen for his first point of the game. Second free throw for the senior is good. Beckley up 9-1, 6:05 to go first quarter. Up the floor pass, out of bounds, off the fingertips of Jack Hurts. Beckley gets the ball back.
Can I credit that steal to Coach Kidd there? He was able to retrieve that steal.
That was good.
On out of bounds.
Yeah, I can pray for that. Quick timeout called by Bluefield. Will be a full timeout. We'll take 2 to go opening quarter. Beckley up 9-1. Back of this timeout on the Big Dog, 99.5 WJLS.
Back on the Big Dog, 99.5 WJLS.
2 to go opening quarter of play, and we kind of worried about how they look after close to 2 weeks off. Pretty good.
Yeah. 2 offensive rebounds early on, resulting in 5 second chance points and forcing 3 turnovers by Bluefield in the first 2 minutes.
Beckley up 9-1, and with the basketball, Kobe Dillon. Right side, takes it up top, pass goes to AJ, now it goes to Zy on the left wing. Bounce pass goes in to Jalen. Jalen back in, double team, kicks it out to the right to Kobe. Kobe, crossover move, gives it down to AJ. Up top it goes to Preston Clary. High post pass, nice inside to AJ, puts it up and in. Boy, that was a great ball movement by Beckley and a great pass from Jalen. 11-1, Beckley up, and now another steal by Kobe. Gives it to Preston. Preston to Zy. Tried to get it back to Preston. Saves it off to Kobe. Kobe, left side pass to Zy. Fakes the 3 from the corner, and Beckley will reset. 5:15 to go first quarter. Beckley up 11-1.
Yep, looks like Kobe
and
on
now
that.
Kobe has went down with an ankle.
Yep, that's the it's the pros and cons of that ankle injury. It's going to linger, and he's in some pain right now. Looks like on that dribble drive when he was attacked middle gap, I believe he stepped on another foot, and that initial feeling, man, that sucks so bad. That's just a tough feeling. You just got to keep that thing moving.
He's going to check out, and I'll be honest with you, I don't think we'll see Kobe anymore tonight. He is frustrated as Taylor Williams will come into the game, and Kobe's going to sit down on the bench. And you know, nobody feels worse than he does, man. He wanted to play in this game, but I just don't think he can go.
And I tell you, it's some of those subtle movements on that ankle. You never know. It feels good one direction, and then as soon as you plant and go another one, oh, nope, don't want to do that.
Left side. Preston gives it up top to Taylor Williams. Now it goes on the right to Zy. Fires a long 3 off the rim, no good. Rebound tipped by Jalen to the hands of AJ. AJ kicks it back off to Taylor Williams. Left side pass will go to Preston. Preston skips it over on the right side to AJ. Now it goes back up top to Preston. Work it off to Jalen. Jalen, long jumper won't go. Taylor Williams, offensive rebound. Kicks it over to Preston for 3, off the rim, no good. Rebound this time pulled down by Paris, knocked away, and a foul going to be called on Beckley. We're going to call it on A.J. Thomas. So Bluefield with the ball, Beckley with the lead, 4.5 minutes to go. Taylor Williams knocks it out of bounds. Beckley up 11-1. The concern now goes over for Beckley to Kobe Dillon. He's to have re-injured that ankle. On the back dribble, and also almost another steal by Beckley, but picked up by the Bluefield Beavers. Left side to Jace Smith. Jace fires a long 3, in and out, no good. Jalen give it off to Zy. Zy brings it up the floor, top of the key. Whips the pass left side to Preston. Preston through the lane, forces it up, no good, but he's fouled. Call the foul on Jace Smith. That'll be his first, and it will send Preston to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, Preston, good job there. Catching the ball on the wing, able to attack middle gap, and that middle gap is going to be there because teams are starting to focus on Jalen Walton in that low block. So good job there by Preston attacking, and you know it's kind of one of those things. You start holding your breath every time a Beckley player goes on the ground because you've got good depth, but you need these core guys to be able to stay fresh and stay healthy. And Preston took a hard fall there on that attack to the basket.
So Preston makes the first, misses the second. So 1 of 2. Beckley now up 12-1. And rebound pulled down by Grayson Paris for Bluefield. 3:55 to go opening quarter. Give it inside to Paris. Paris backs in. Jumper off glass. Won't go. Another rebound for Beckley. Up the floor pass. Goes to A.J. A.J. tried to shovel it over to Preston. Taken away by Bluefield. Jack Hurts brings it up and a tie-up between him and A.J. Possession arrow will give it back to Beckley.
That's the one thing about A.J. Thomas. He may make a mistake and turn the ball over, and that time you wanted to see him take that strong power layup and finish at the glass, but he's going to get it back. He's going to put the effort in, that time forcing the tie-up and giving the ball back to Beckley. How
tough is Kobe Dillon? He's standing over here beside, walking up and down the floor as normal as possible. He wants to get back in. Taylor Williams works it off now to Preston Clary. Give it back off to Zion. Zion on the right side, takes it to the baseline, step back, fires the three from the corner, in and out, no good. Rebound inside to Jalen. Jalen might get 10 rebounds here in this first quarter. He's fouled and will go back to the line.
Yeah, great job there by Jalen Walton. And again, you can just tell every game that we've had so far, when the ball hits the rim and goes up in the air, Jalen Walton's hands are above everybody else's, and he's just elevating and getting up off the floor. Great job there by Jalen Walton.
Free throw is good by Jalen. Kobe continues now. Kobe's starting to run back and forth. It would not surprise me if Kobe comes back into the game. But you're up 13-1. You got a big game on Thursday. I wouldn't be in a rush to bring him back as Jalen makes the second free throw.
The thing is, running straight line may be okay. It's that lateral movement that'll hurt.
Now another steal by Beckley. This one by A.J. Thomas. Gives it to Preston for three. Off the rim, no good. Jalen. Another, check that's Taylor Williams this time with the rebound, but he loses it out of bounds. And you give it back over to Beckley. Here comes Kobe. How much you want to bet me? He goes up to coach and says, I'm fine. He walked right past coach and said, I'm going in. Wow. Right side, jumper for three by Bluefield off the rim. No good by Ricky Dunsford. And here comes Beckley with it. Right side, Preston open for three. Hit the three. Preston Clary. 6 points in the quarter. Beckley up 17-1. 2:55 to go in this first quarter. Right side with it for Bluefield. Jack Hurts. Give it up top to Jace Smith. Jace looking for a pick. Gets it. Now he's picked up by Jalen. Pump fakes the three. Steps inside. Loses it. He went for the shot. Rebound pulled down by Beckley's Taylor Williams. We'll give it off to Zion. Zion takes it left side for Beckley through the lane. Little floater won't go. Rebound though by Jalen. Puts it back up. Sits on the rim. No good. Rebound this time by Jace Smith for Bluefield. 2:15 to go opening quarter. They beat everybody out on the floor. Laying it up is Jack Hurt. Or check that, laying it up is Davion Hickman. Back the other way, a collision. Blocking foul going to be called on Paris. And Jalen now slow to get up, or no, it's Preston. Call the foul on Grayson Paris, that's his first. Preston will go to the line for two shots. And guess who? Kobe Dillon comes back into the game.
They're calling a spot foul, which I don't quite understand how that would be when...
He's going up for the shot. All right, so we'll take the two shots away from Preston. And Beckley will get the ball inbounds. Inbounds pass goes short to Jalen. He gets 2 points. First field goal of the game for Jalen. He's got 6. Beckley up 19-3. 1:55 to go first quarter. Up the floor, Hurts gets it across the timeline on the right side. Now they give it off to Jace Smith. Jace working against Taylor Williams, takes it through the lane, kicks it down in the corner, jumper for three on the way, no good by Ricky Dunsford, but the rebound put up and in by Jack Hurts. 19-5, Beckley up, 1:30 to go first quarter. Inside pass from Kobe, goes to Jalen. Jalen, quick move, takes a dribble, lost the ball. Got slapped on the hand, no call. And here comes Bluefield. Jay Smith with it, guarded by Kobe. Kobe gives the pass inside to Paris, offensive foul. Taylor Williams taking the charge, and Paris has got two.
I tell you, Taylor Williams understands where to be at off the ball in this defensive rotation. That's just a great job there. The guy setting the pick was rolling back to the basket. Taylor wasn't even his guy. He stepped back over from that wing defender position and took that charge. Great job there by Taylor Williams.
Kobe Dillon bringing it up the floor for Beckley on the right side. Looking in, instead gives it over to Zai. Zai left side pass, Preston open for three, hits a three. Preston Clary with his second three of the quarter. He's got 9. Beckley up 22-5, 50 seconds to go first quarter. Jay Smith between the circles. Fires a long three, off the rim, no good. Jalen, another rebound. Wow. Kobe brings it up the floor, takes it to the left. Gives it off to Zai. Zai sets the offense, brings it to the right with 25 seconds to go in the quarter, inside to Jalen. Jalen's twins, shoots the jumper, no good, gets his own rebound, puts it up, won't go, gets his own rebound, puts it up and scores. It looked like Dennis Rodman on that one, getting 3 offensive rebounds on that possession. Up the floor for Amari Helm with it for Bluefield. Left side, Jack Hurt for an open three, won't go. Preston offense or defensive rebound, 1 second left. Kobe lets it go, good if it goes, and it doesn't. We have played 1 quarter of basketball here at the Brush Fork Armory. Beckley leads Bluefield 24-5. Back at this timeout on the Big Dog, 99.5 WJLS.
What's with Mountain Dew? Mountain Dew is like a zip line of incredible...
Boy, what a quarter for Beckley. Lead 24-5 after the first 8 minutes after not playing for 12 days.
And you just look at some of these numbers in the first quarter. I mean, Beckley was 16 total rebounds in the quarter, outbeat rebounding Bluefield 16-4, 9 offensive rebounds in the first quarter. And what do you think Jalen Walton's at right now?
7.
8 points, 8 rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds, 4 defensive rebounds. I mean, that's just, he's attacking the basket, and it's fun to watch these guys right now because they're taking pride in it. Him and Taylor Williams, they're meeting at the ball. There's not another Bluefield defender around, so some of these are 50-50 balls between your own teammates.
All right, we need to start having some people talk about Jalen Walton around the state of West Virginia for what that young man has done so far this season. Impressive. 8 points, 8 rebounds. Inside he goes to Paris, turns, shoots no good, make that 9 rebounds for Jalen. Kobe Dillon bringing it up the floor. You can tell he's favoring that ankle, but he's still out there. Right side, Zai takes a couple of dribbles, fires from 15 feet, in and out, no good. Rebound pulled down by Paris for Bluefield. Bring it up the floor, give it to Amari Helm. Now it goes to Jay Smith. He'll fire from 17 feet off the rim, no good. Rebound this time by Taylor Williams for Beckley. Behind the back dribble by Kobe. Kobe brings it up the floor, bounce pass to Jalen, inside, layup good. Jalen becomes the first Flying Eagle in double figures, 10 points. Beckley up 26-5. Left side, Hurt to Smith, inside, jumper.
Oh, come on, that's so late. I think it was a good call initially, but Taylor Williams, there was body contact, but he was able to make the deflection on the ball. So at that point, he got the block shot, had no effect on the body contact. So just a late call. I think, the official was anticipating a little bit more, and Taylor to not block. Tough break there for Taylor Williams.
The official on the far side of the floor is expecting the official underneath the basket to call
that. Yeah. Which I give the official under the basket credit for not calling it because he had the visual of it was a blocked shot.
Second free throw. In and out, no good. Misses them both. Rebound pulled down by for Beckley. AJ brings it up the floor, kicks it left side to Kobe. Kobe takes a dribble, right side pass, goes to Zai for 3, off the rim, no good. AJ, offensive rebound, they were calling for traveling. He fell down with the ball.
Well, the reason he fell down was because the Bluefield player trying to box out pushed his body out from underneath him. So great effort there by A.J. Thomas. I think Zion's going to see one of these three-point attempts fall here shortly.
So Beckley up 26-5. 6:45 to go first half. Paris takes it, 14-foot jumper, no good. Rebound tipped and pulled down by A.J. A.J. brings it up the floor for Beckley. Takes it through the lane, kicks it on the right side to Zai. Zai through the lane, 14-foot jumper, good. Zai's second field goal of the game. He's got 4. Beckley up 28-5. Long pass down the floor, picked up by Paris. Working around to Hurt, right side, jumper for 3, no good. By Davion Hickman. Rebound pulled down by Beckley. Up the floor pass to Zai. Reverse layup, good. Timeout going to be called by Bluefield.
Great pass there by A.J. Thomas, pushing the issue. Zion Hawthorne running the floor. Great look there for Beckley.
30-second timeout. Beckley up 30-5 with 6:05 to go in the first half.
I didn't have this on my bingo card.
I don't think anybody did, to be honest with you. I know Bluefield comes in, no wins on the season, but it's still Bluefield. They're athletic. Beckley has just gotten after him tonight.
Yeah, gotten after him, and really from the get-go, it hasn't, I mean, it almost kind of shell-shocked Bluefield if you think about it, because, you know, Beckley was able to, in that first possession, they got 2 offensive rebounds, kicked it out to Kobe Dillon for a 3, and then while I'm blowing air on the headset, they turn around and steal the ball on the inbounds pass, and it's 5-0 before anybody even understands what's happened. So great job, Beckley, coming out tonight and just forcing the issue, and it's what we talked about in the pregame, defense to offense, and especially coming off that long break. So really, really happy, and I think this coaching staff would be really pleased with how they've answered the call. I mean, like we talked about the whole pregame, you know, it's tough to come off those breaks, but right now I don't know that this is more of, okay, now we run things and we try things that we need to do later on in the season and keep the foot on the pedal and put this game away.
When you look at it, I'm sure coaches coming into this game was a little concerned because they even said, hey, we haven't played well here. For Beckley to be up by 25 points, 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Jay Smith for Bluefield takes it, 8-foot jumper off the rim and falls through. His first points of the game for the Bluefield Beavers. Back the other way, Beckley beating everybody down. Zai steps back, looks at a 3 and hits the 3.
That's a dagger to the Bluefield team. I mean, they finally saw a shot fall on the offensive end. Beckley beats him down the court, and Zion Hawthorne able to knock down his first 3 of the night.
33-7. Beckley with the lead, 5:35 to go in the first half. Right side, they give it off to Jack Hurt, drives baseline, kicks it on the right to Jay Smith, fires a quick 3, hits it. Back-to-back buckets by Jay Smith. Beckley up 33-10, 5:20 to go first half. Taylor Williams, bounce pass into Jalen. Jalen backs in, beautiful spin move, puts it up and in. Oh my goodness. What a move by Jalen. He's got 12. That's
a next level move. That's a move that somebody that's playing college basketball makes.
Yeah, I definitely would put that on the film to send it off to some coaches. Right side, jumper for 3 is good by Bluefield's Ricky Dunford. 35-13, Beckley up, 4:40 to go here in this first half. Inside to Jalen, backs in, double team this time, taken away from behind by Bluefield. Here comes Jack Hurt, throws it up, no good. Rebound inside, put up, no good. And AJ comes up with the steal or the rebound, but it's knocked away by Bluefield. Taken through, and a layup is going to be good by Amari Hell. 35-15, lead cut down to 20 with 4:20 to go here in the first half. Bounce pass in, goes to Zai. Zai turns, fires the jumper, no good. Rebound, they call the foul on Jalen. Jalen picks up his second.
Now, if you're Beckley, you have an opportunity here. We just praised them for the first 12 minutes-ish of the first half. Now you've got to respond. I mean, just because you have a big lead, you can't let your foot come off the gas. It's still a 24-point lead, but any of these minor buckets, I mean, Bluefield's knocked down 2 threes in a couple possessions, so you can't allow them to get on big runs.
AJ through the lane, offensive foul. Taylor Williams takes his second charge of the game. This one called on Jack Hurt. Or check that, this one called on Amari Helm. His first foul.
That was a textbook charge there.
So Jalen will sit down as Preston comes back into the game for Beckley. 4-minute mark first half. Beckley up by 20, 35-15. Kobe, bounce pass over on the right to Zai. Zai tried to get it off to Preston, led him a little bit too far. Ball knocked away by Bluefield. Left side, jumper for three by Dunford, good. He's hit back-to-back threes, 35-18. Up top, AJ through the lane, kicks it on the right to Zai. Zai rises up, left-handed jumper, no good. Rebound pulled down by Bluefield, and they knock it out of bounds. Last touch by Beckley. And a timeout call by head coach Ron Kidd. Full timeout, we'll take it with him. 3:25 to go in the first half. Beckley up 35-18, back in this timeout. On the Big Dog, 99.5 WJLS.
Injury LS.
3:25 to go in this first half. Beckley up 35-18, but was up 30-5 just a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, but I mean, we mentioned Bluefield in the first quarter. They were 0-5 from the three-point line, and here so far in the second quarter, they're 3 of 4 from behind the three-point line. So got to close out on the perimeter a little bit. You know, sometimes in that full court pressure, that allows that three-point line to be open. So look to Beckley to change it up a little bit.
Yeah, Beckley backed out of the press, now going half court man-to-man. They have it up top, but Helm gives it on the left to Jay Smith. Smith picked up by AJ, behind the back dribble. AJ knocks the ball away, steals it, picked up by Kobe. Kobe stops, top of the key, fires the three, off the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by the Bluefield Beavers. That's Ricky Dunford. Has it almost stolen again by AJ. Give it off to Kobe. Kobe up the floor, working, finds right side. Preston Clary gives it back off to Kobe. Kobe takes a couple of dribbles, hands it off to Preston, who fires a three, too strong. Rebound pulled down by Bluefield. Bluefield now doing a better job of the boards because Jalen's not in the game. Off the rim, no good by Jack Hurt. Rebound pulled down by Zai for Beckley. Zai gives it off left side. Kobe for a three, no good, but Kobe is fouled. And Kobe will go to the line for 3 shots.
Yeah, and that time it looked like Helm just got Kobe on the wrist as Kobe was elevating into the shot. And like you mentioned, you know, you look back at some of the last couple misses by Beckley, and they resulted in 1 attempt because Jalen Walton's on the bench right now with 2 fouls. And so I believe this is the first time we've seen this 5 rotation of Zylan Hawthorne, A.J. Thomas, Kobe Dillon, Preston, and Taylor Williams. So first time we've seen this group on the court together in game action. Now we've got to be able to attack the glass a little better.
Second free throw good by Kobe. He made the first one as well, so we'll have 1 more. Kobe 3 of 3 from the line, 6 points in the game for Beckley. And Beckley now up 38-8 to go here. He won't go. Rebound fought for by Taylor Williams, but pulled down by Jay Smith. Jace has it left side. He'll fire another long three. This rebound pulled by Kobe. Kobe brings it up the floor, stops top of the key, give it off to AJ, down in the corner to Zai. Zai takes it to the wing for Beckley, brings it up top to Kobe. Beckley will reset. Kobe, left side pass, will go to Preston. Preston back over to Kobe. Kobe fires a long three off the front of the rim, no good, but Kobe gets his own rebound, but it's taken away by Bluefield. And now the ball poked away by A.J. Thomas for a steal, picked up by Preston Clary. And now 30-second timeout. I hate that rule, but I'm glad Coach called the timeout.
Worked in our
21, 54 seconds to go. Beckley has been outscored 16-14 here in the second quarter.
It's a result of the three-point makes by Bluefield, and give Bluefield credit. You knew they weren't going to give up and stop fighting in this ball game, and they've been able to battle back. It was 33-7 at one point here in the second quarter, and they're able to make it now 38-21. So on a little bit of a run. If you're Beckley, just continue to weather the storm. And what's important when you have these big leads is value in the ball, making sure you're still getting shot attempts. Don't turn the ball over and don't have and allow yourself to not have an opportunity to make some. So I think you may see Beckley try to potentially hold the ball here for the last shot and just, go into the half, maybe push this lead back up to 20 if you can.
For Beckley, or for Bluefield rather, 12 of their 16 points have been from behind the arc this quarter. So Beckley will have the ball with 54 seconds to go. AJ gets it to Kobe. Kobe brings it up, takes it to the left, give it off now to Zai. Zai hands it off to Preston. Back it goes to Zai with 40 seconds left. Zai, left side goes to Kobe. Stands there with 35. Kobe over to Zai with 30. Zai back over to Kobe. Kobe with 25. Jump pass goes to Preston. Quickly over to Zai. Zai takes it through the lane. Lays it up off glass. Won't go. Rebound tipped. Pulled down by AJ. Kicks it off to Kobe with 10 seconds. Kobe takes it left. Takes it through the lane. They'll be fouled with 4 seconds left.
Still trying to catch my breath after watching Kobe still attacking the basket on that ankle.
I think that everybody said, no, Kobe, don't drive, don't drive, don't drive. 4.5 seconds left. They said he was not shooting. Foul on Jack Hurt, which is his third foul. Inbounds pass will go to Zai. Fires a long three. 2 seconds off the rim. No good. Rebound. Pulled down by Bluefield. Horn sounds, and that's it. We've played basketball here at Armory with your score. Beckley 38. Bluefield 21. Back at this time, 24-5 in the first quarter. Bluefield outscores Beckley 16-14 in the second quarter. Beckley leads 38-21. Individual scoring, first of all for Bluefield, led in the first half by the 8 points from Jay Smith. Ricky Dunford's got 6. Amari Helm with 2. Jack Hunt with 2. Grayson Paris with 1. And Davion Hickman with 2. For Beckley, first half of play, Zy Hawthorne and Preston Clary have 9 points. Jalen Walton leads the way with 12. Kobe with 6. AJ Thomas with 2. Taylor Williams played but did not score for Beckley. Beckley leads 38-21 here at the break. Come back, we'll have numbers for you after this break here on the Big Dog. 99.5 WJLS.
For Beckley all in all, and I mean we talked about it in the pregame. You got to come out with that intensity after a 12-day break, and they did just that. As far as it's concerned, Bluefield in the first half they were 8 of 20 shooting, 4 of 13 3-point line. 4 of those coming in the second quarter. They were 4 of 8 in the second quarter. Beckley winning the rebounding battle 27-10. 11 offensive rebounds, 16 rebounds, just absolutely dominating the glass aspects of the game. But you've got a lot of good attacking the glass from AJ Thomas, Taylor Williams, Kobe Dillon, and Zalon. 8 of 9 from the foul. 4 from in the first half. They were 4 of 15. Off a little bit there in the second. 1 of 7 from behind the 38-21 lead. You saw the lead go up to as much as in the second quarter. It was 33-7, never below 17. So you just kind of want to make sure you keep that distance. Don't allow Bluefield to make some big runs. So expect a big punch from them this second half. As we mentioned, it only took about first 2 minutes of that first quarter to really set the tone. But Beckley's got to come out first 4 minutes of this third quarter and be ready for Bluefield's best. So I think you'll see Jalen Walton come back in the ball, fouls, and you just kind of want to put this thing away and hopefully get Kobe Dillon some rest on that ankle. You don't want him forcing the issue.
Yeah, I mean, Kobe went down again, hurt that ankle, and came out of the game for about 3 minutes and came back in. He played the rest of the first half, and I know for Kobe's standpoint, if he steps down for a while, he ain't coming back in because it's going to stiffen up, and I think that's what he's thinking right now. But from his standpoint, man, you got 2 more big games coming up this week that you need him in the lineup for. And I'm sure Coach Ron Kidd's thinking the same thing. We got to get that lead up and get him out of there.
Well, it's one of those things, too, where the player, and I was guilty of it, too, the player is always going to say, I'm good, I want to go back in. And so I think in this scenario, like you mentioned, we've got two good games coming up this week. And with the matchup with Shady on Thursday, you know the intensity of that ball game. So if you have the opportunity, let's go ahead and get some more out of some of these other guys and give them some minutes as well. So you just want to see Kobe go ahead and find him an ice bucket somewhere and a Tim's unit and get him fired up for Thursday.
And, of course, that second quarter I think you can attribute to some of the, I don't want to say falling off by Beckley. I think Bluefield stepped up and started hitting some shots, but not having Jalen in the lineup.
Yeah, not having Jalen. And, like, again, it was Bluefield knocked down some shots finally. But in large part on the offensive end, Beckley was one and done, and first quarter, and especially in the first half, you look at the difference. Beckley had 9 offensive rebounds in the first, 2 in the second. Play that second quarter without Jalen Walton, so that's the difference there.
Well, and I tell you what, it wasn't the fact that who came in for Jalen didn't do a good job, because Taylor Williams did.
Yeah.
The difference is the offense as far as getting some points. Taylor and AJ did not score. Well, AJ's got 2 points, but those 2 guys need to start looking for some shots.
Yeah, and then that's tough on Beckley's standpoint, because defensively from a Bluefield standpoint, you say, okay, now we guard the perimeter and we can play heavier on a Kobe Dillon or a Zion Hawthorne or Preston Clary on the wing, and then they basically say, okay, AJ, you and Taylor, you gotta score some points and make you beat us. And so it's good minutes for these guys to have that opportunity, because there's going to be plenty of more ball games down the road where Jalen may pick up, whether they're granted or not. He may pick up 2 fouls early on, and Beckley's got to be able to answer that call.
Beckley and Bluefield at the half. Beckley leads 38-21. With half action after this break. Here's the Big Dog, 99.5 LS.
On the Big Dog, 99.5 WJLS.
Back here at Brush Fork Armory, Beckley will get the balls. We start this second half of play, leading 38-21. Jalen Walton back on the floor with those 2 fouls, but I think he got a double-double in the first half. He had 12 points. The last check, I think 9 rebounds, but maybe 10 now.
Still at 9.
All right, so 12 points, 9 rebounds for Jalen.
The handle odds for that 1 rebound is probably minus $2 million.
Swings it up top, swings it around to the left side for the Flying Eagles, gives it to AJ. AJ inside to Jalen, turns, shoots, scores. I mean, I know it's not that easy, but he makes it look that easy. 40-21, Beckley up inside. Jay Smith gives it back over on the right side to Jack Hurt. To Amari Helm. Give it off to Dunford. He had a couple of threes in that second quarter. Now it goes back to Jack Hurt. Working against Preston. Fires a jumper over Preston and scores. That was a tough shot by Jay Smith. He's got 10 points, 40-23. Beckley inside to Jalen, double team, leaves it to Preston, lays it up and scores.
And that's what Jalen's able to do now. He forced a double team. Preston Clary sitting wide open on the opposite block.
Preston now in double figures with 11. 42-23, Beckley up, 6:55 to go third quarter. Jay Smith to Takes it to the left side, pump fakes, gives it on the right to Jack Hurt. Down in the corner. Give it off to Amari Helm. Amari up top to Jack Hurts. Jack gives it off to Jay Smith. Jace takes it to the right, works it inside, layup try, good by Jeffrey King. 42-25, Beckley up, 6:20 to go, third quarter. Inside to Jalen. Jalen kicks it right side to Zion. Zion, quick dribble through the lane, lays it up, scores it.
Yep, great job there by Zion Hawthorne. Real smart, under control, attacking the lane, able to elevate and get to the rim.
Zion becomes the third Flying Eagle in double figures with 11. 44-25, Beckley up. Jay Smith takes it left through the lane, layup good. (44-27), Beckley back up by 17. Inside Jalen Walton. Kicks it left to Preston, open for three, hit it.
That's great offense there.
Preston 5 points in the quarter, 14 in the game, Beckley up by 20. 47-27. Now an offensive foul going to be called on Jeffrey King for an illegal screen.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a lot of that comes from King being frustrated having to guard Jalen Walton on the low post. If you look at Bluefield's adjustment here to start the second half, they sit down Grayson Parrish, the 6'5 junior, and they bring in Ricky Dunford, the 5'11 junior, because he knocked down some threes in the second quarter there, but it allows Jalen Walton to do what he wants on the inside.
Kobe gives it up top to AJ. AJ left side to Zion. Zion up top. We got an offensive foul call on Beckley. Call it on AJ. AJ picks up his second. Didn't see that one. It was away from the back. Bluefield will bring it up to Davian Hickman. Picked up by Zion. 5-minute mark of this third quarter. Beckley up 47-27. Jack Hurt gives it off to Jay Smith. Back it goes to Hurt. Hurt top of the key. Fires a three off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound pulled down by Jeffrey King for Bluefield. Give it off to Jay Smith. Jace, follow-away jumper from 14 feet. No good, but a foul going to be called on Beckley.
Oh, my goodness. It's a wonderful that has had the favorable whistle this evening. I've done a better job this year. I'm proud of myself. I've not complained as much about certain balls. It's a hard job, but, man, that one.
Once again, closest to the play, didn't call it.
Yeah. In the same case, it's the same one that did that on this end in the first half. So, Jan said she liked the Geez Louise comment. That's a Geez Louise. That call right there deserves a Geez Louise out of me.
All right. I personally liked it when you complained. It made it easier for me to complain. I didn't feel like I would want to be the only one complaining.
Yeah, I try not to. I try to bring positivity into the microphone.
Sometimes there's just bad calls. You can't help it.
That is true.
It's a bad call. Jay Smith both free throws. Now has 3 fouls for Beckley up 47-29. Kobe brings it up the floor. Right side to Zion. Zion takes the top of the key, and there's a foul on Bluefield. Call this one on Jeff King.
It's his fourth.
Beckley with the ball. Preston swings it around the right side to Zion. Up top it goes to Jalen. Now to Kobe. Up top to Preston. Right side to Zion. Fires a long three. Won't go. Rebound pulled down by Bluefield. Wow. The heat has not turned off. I think we're past the 100-degree mark. 105 right now. 4:05 to go inside. Jack Hurt gets it. Kicks it back up. Ball knocked away by Kobe, but picked up by Jack Hurts. They give it back inside to King. Backs in against Jalen. Puts it up. Won't go. Rebound pulled down by King. Kick it left side. Jumper for three. No good. Long rebound out of bounds. And Beckley will get it.
is on so they can melt some snow outside?
I think the heat is on because they
to be higher than where it should be.
what they're not going to like here in a little while is when I start taking off my sweater and my shirt, and then we'll see what happens. They'll open up all the doors in this place. Jalen, we call for travel. And I'll say this, the reason why he traveled, he was pushing the...
I'm fairly certain he's got to be given his ability to land back in that spot, and that didn't happen, so.
Glad we're up by 18. Jumper on the way for Bluefield. Amari, no good. Gets his own rebound. Kicks it back out to Jay Smith for three. Good. 15, 47-32. 3:10 to go third quarter. Left side, Preston open for three. No good. Rebound pulled down by Bluefield. We're getting to a dangerous area for Beckley, I think. Bluefield has played pretty well since that first quarter, even though Jay Smith missed this one, and AJ gets the rebound. Give it to Kobe. Kobe inside to Jalen. Jalen, quick move, kicks it and throws it away. Ball loose, picked up by Preston over Beckley. Give it off to AJ, now to Kobe. Up top it goes to AJ, bounce pass goes in to Jalen, turn, shoot, scores.
Man, that's so tough to defend.
49-32, Beckley up, 2:20 to go here in this third quarter. Down in the corner. They work it around to Jack Hurts up top. Back to Hurts on the right side. Hurt gives it up to Jace. Jace Smith, bounce pass back down to the corner. Jumper three on the way, good. Jack Hurt hits another three. 49-35. Right side Zai, little floater, good. They got to stop the three-point shooting. 51-35. Jack Hurts. Has it on the right side, thought about the three, gets it down to the corner. Drive by Amari Helm, back over to Jack Hurts. Hurt, quick move, floater up and in. We got a whistle and a foul. AJ whistled on the block, that's his third.
Yeah, that just was a little slow getting over there. If you were AJ, his guy was running through on the baseline, and AJ saw the drive happen and tried to slide over there and take the charge just a little bit too late. So if you're Beckley now, you've got the Bluefield lead, or well, your lead is, did they give him the bucket on that?
Yes, they did.
So it should be, so 51-37 with a chance to make it 51-38. So Beckley, you, like you said, you're a couple missed shots away from allowing Bluefield to be comfortable back in this ball game.
Missed the free throw, got a foul called on Bluefield on the rebound. Jay Smith picks up his second. I've got AJ now with 4 fouls. He's going to have to check out.
Yeah.
So AJ checks out with 4 fouls. Taylor Williams will come in. Beckley up 51-37, and for the first time tonight, we're seeing some full-court press put on by Bluefield. Up the floor pass goes to Preston. Get it inside to Jalen. Beckley will. In the quarter. Kobe looking inside. Jalen cannot find him. Gives it off to Taylor. He'll fire the jumper. Won't go. Rebound. Last touch by Jalen.
Yeah, big position here. You got 1:16 left in the ball game. Opportunity to make it a 11-point game. So Beckley, you got to get a stop on here.
Jack hands it up and in. Score 53-39, 50 seconds in the third. Amari Helm, left side pass goes to Dunford. Pass goes inside to Paris. Kick it up top to Jack Hurts. Jack brings it around to the right. Hands it off to Helm, back to Jack Hurt. Jack inside to Paris, backs in against Jalen, turns, shoots, no good. There's the 10th rebound for, or actually Presley with the rebound for Beckley. Preston gives it off to Kobe with 19 seconds. Kobe takes it to the left with 11, gives it down to Zai. A little floater from the corner by Zai is good.
Man, that is so much of a harder shot than what he makes that look.
55-39 up the floor. Jack Hurt, 1 second, lets it go. Good to go. Rattles it out.
Thank goodness it didn't go in. That would have been a big momentum boost for Bluefield going into the fourth quarter.
We've played 3. Beckley lead 55-39. Back in this timeout here on the Big Dog, 99 JLS.
The Beckley basketball on the Big Dog, 99 WJLS.
Back here at Rush Fork Armory, Beckley outscored 18-17 in that third quarter. Beckley's only been outscored by 3 points since that first quarter, but it just seems like the momentum's on the side of Bluefield right now.
Yeah, and that was a bank shot that almost went in from a little bit in between, halfway in between the midcourt line and the three-point line there for Bluefield at the buzzer, and so that was a big break there for Beckley. Beckley's got to come out, get a couple good defensive stops, and not force anything on the offensive end, possessing the ball, getting good looks at the basket.
Beckley with the lead, 55-39, fourth quarter underway. Jack Hurts gives it off to Dunford on the left. Up top pass to Jay Smith. Jace, quick move to the left elbow, kicks it back off to Dunford, fires a long 3, no good. Rebound long, pulled down by Zai for Beckley. Zai brings it up the floor, stops, whip the pass to Kobe, right side open for 3, in and out, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Bluefield's Amari Helm. Amari brings it to the right, over on the right wing, jumper for 3, in and out, no good. Rebound pulled down by Taylor Williams for Beckley. They give it off to Kobe. Kobe, top of the key, nobody guards him, he'll fire it, in and out again, no good. Rebound pulled down by Bluefield. Boy, he's just barely missing. Jay Smith has it knocked away by Jalen, picked up by Zai. Here comes Beckley back the other way. Zai from 15 feet, no good. Rebound, pulled down by Bluefield. Jack Hurts brings it up the floor. Boy, Beckley's has some good looks here in the fourth quarter, just can't get him to fall. Jace, top of the key, steps into a 3, going to be short. Rebound pulled down by Bluefield. Dunford kicks it on the right. Now it goes to Dunford back on the left wing. Pass goes to Jack Hurt. Hurt crossover move, backs in against Jalen. Looking around, jumper on the way, no good, and the rebound pulled down by Preston for Beckley.
Well, the good thing about both teams, nobody's made a bucket, so the lead hasn't changed.
Zai, pass left side, Kobe. Into a 3, this one off the rim, no good. 55-39, Beckley up, 6:10 to go in the game. Up top, Paris works it around to Helm. Now they give it off to Jace Smith. Jace through the lane, up by Kobe. Well, I'll call a foul on Kobe.
And I think a lot of this is you may be seeing that 12-day break starting to creep in from a leg standpoint. You're starting to see some heavy legs on both ends and for both teams. So nobody's made a field goal to take the fourth quarter so far. So his lead still at 14, but at 16. So Beckley keep getting stops.
Well, the shots that Beckley have missed have been short. So that's a good point. Jay Smith takes it to the baseline, spins, forces the jumper up, and we call the foul on Preston. First foul on Preston. That will send Jace to the line for 2 shots, where he's 2 of 2 from the line. Jace missed most of the season last year because of a knee injury. Still has that right knee in a brace. Just played well. Misses free throw. Got 17 in the game, 17 of Bluefield's 30 points. Second free throw, good. Makes 1 of 2. Beckley up by 15, 55-40 up the floor. Preston gives it off to Kobe. Right side to Zai. Inside to Jalen. Jalen takes a couple of dribbles, turns, shoots, and scores. $20 points now for Jalen. 57-40, Beckley up. 5:25 to go in the game. Left side. Give it to Amari Helm. Amari takes it to the left, steps into a three after the pick, off the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Zai for Beckley. Zai will bring it up the floor. Left side to Preston. Preston fakes the three, kicks it back to Zai, who's open, fires the three, going to be short. And the rebound pulled down and the knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Bluefield. Beckley gets it back.
Yeah, break there for Beckley. You know, you've had good looks, and you just haven't had the shot to fall here in the fourth quarter, but good break there, forcing the turnover by Bluefield, and find a way to chew some clock off of here. You know, clock's in your friend. It's 4:56 left in the fourth quarter, so find a way to chew this away a little bit.
Well, you brought up such a great point. Every shot that Beckley's missed in the fourth quarter has been short. Zai, short again. Rebound, though, put up and in by Preston. $59-40. Beckley back up by 19, 4:40 to go in the game. Jace takes it to the left. Picked up by Jalen. Now they whip the pass inside, taken away by Beckley. Stole by Taylor Williams. Up the floor pass will go from Kobe to Preston, and Preston will be fouled.
I tell you what, I think just looking at the numbers right now, you know, this may be Preston's best game, in my opinion, all the way around for him this season. I mean, 6 of 10 from the floor, 3 of 6 from behind the three-point line, 16 points on the night. So getting the opportunity to add to that, and he's doing a good job, I think, on Jay Smith tonight.
Free throw good. Yeah, the shots that Jace has missed, he really hasn't had a lot of open looks.
No, he hasn't.
Preston now with 17. Jalen leading the way with 20. Free throw, good. As I said on our pregame show, Beckley has to start doing a good job from the line. Beckley has done that tonight. Timeout called by Bluefield. This will be a full timeout. We'll take it with them. 4:29 to go in the game. 61-40, Beckley up. Back at this timeout on the Big Dog. 99.5 WJLS.
Back on the Big Dog, 99.5 WJLS.
Back here at the Breastwork Armory, Jacob Morris sent us a text, and he's right. It's so hot in here because the milkshake that I got at Huntington is probably still frozen.
No, that is true.
I mean, I could not drink the thing. As the ball's knocked away by Jalen, picked up, though, by Jack Hurt for Bluefield. 4:09 to go. Jack Hurt through the lane. Little floater good. Nice move. 61-42, Beckley. Kobe, up the floor pass, goes to Zai. Zai steps through, gives it off to Taylor, now to Kobe. Kobe backs it out. 3:50 to go in the game. Kobe double team, gets out with a pass to Zai. Zai kicks it left side to Taylor, up top to Kobe. Kobe directing traffic, wants Preston to go through. They give it inside to Jalen. Jalen double team, spins, shoots, no good. There's the 10th rebound for Jalen, puts it back up, no good. We got a foul call.
And if it wasn't for the foul call that was a little bit late, he was about to pick up his 11th rebound.
That's right. But going back, man, we stopped at Sonic in Huntington. I got just a chocolate milkshake because we wanted to go to Dairy Queen to get a Blizzard. Jalen's first free throw no good off the back of the rim. And they were closed by the time we got there. So, but no lie, folks. The milkshake from Sonic was frozen when I got it. Frozen when I got home. The whipped cream hadn't even melted. And I left it in the car. It was still frozen the next morning.
Well, and it probably didn't get any better because we got the snowstorm, so it may still be frozen, wherever it is.
I threw it away.
Oh, okay.
I threw it away, but it still might be frozen in the trash. Jalen misses both free throws back the other way. The layup good. by Jeff King. 61-44 coming down to the 3-minute mark of the game. Kobe gives it off to Preston. Preston over to Zai. Left side to Kobe. He'll fire the three, hit it.
I think that should be the dagger.
Beckley back up 64-44. I don't want to see Bluefield get to 50. Beckley's defense has done such a great job all year. And now, just as I say that, Zai gets a steal. Zai brings it up for the Flying Eagles through the lane. Finger roll won't go, but it's tipped up and in by Preston. Boy, Preston's played well tonight.
Yeah, really strong performance by Preston Clary.
66-44, Beckley up, 2:20 to go in the contest. Left side, Jeffrey King gives it around to Dunford, fires the three, gonna be short. Zai gets another rebound. Zai might be close to a double-double. Left side, Taylor Williams, strong move, puts it up, they'll call it offensive foul. I knew that was coming. Second foul on Taylor Williams. The young man for Bluefield was already falling down before there was any contact. So now, Lucas Rainey checks in. That will send Kobe to the bench. His night is done. Taylor Williams will check out as AJ comes back in. Nice. Game. What a gamer for Kobe. Inside, they give it to King, knocked away by Zai, picked up by AJ, and would have a tie-up. Beckley will get it. Javante Wines will check in for Beckley, and that will sit down Preston. So Kobe finishes the game with 9 points. Preston will finish with 20. Up the floor, Javante gives it to AJ, right side, Lucas Rainey. Lucas gives it inside to Jalen. Jalen spins, puts it up and in. Wow. 68-44, Beckley up, 90 seconds to go in the game.
Yeah, good find there by Lucas Rainey as well to feed Jalen Walton.
Jay Smith misses. Lucas Rainey with the rebound, and then we're going to have a foul called on Bluefield. Foul call on Ricky Dunford, that's his second. Tell you what, I'll give Lucas Rainey some credit, man. He took a shot in the JV game.
Yeah.
Eye was swollen up, had ice on it. He's back out there. And now Zai will check out. As Jaden Robinson will check in. And also coming in is Gage Burdett. So all the starters out for Beckley.
Freddie, I hate to break it to you. We got 1:21 left here in the fourth quarter. I think I feel the air conditioning kick on.
You know what it is, though? People leaving. And
That's true, but we got a little airflow going back in the building right now.
Maybe somebody heard us talk about it. I know what they heard. They heard me saying I would take off my shirt. Gage Burdett drives the basket. Every time Gage comes into the game, he scores.
He attacks the basket.
70-44. He's going to be an outstanding player for Beckley. Cannot wait to watch him grow up. Just a freshman. Beckley up 70-44. On the basketball court and also on the football field for Gage Burdett. I know you're happy about him on the football field.
I tell you, I'm excited to get the opportunity to continue to see his growth. And, you know, he's one of those guys that you can push him to his limit and help him, I think, can get to the next level.
I think he understands it.
Yeah.
That's why I think he's that it factor. He gets it. Left side after a turnover by Beckley. Jumping for three, no good. Rebound out of bounds. It will stay with Bluefield. 20 seconds to go in the game. Beckley is going to improve to 5-1.
Yeah, and going back to Gage Burdett and really even talking about the progress that Gage Price made from a football standpoint, those are two guys that we threw a lot at those two guys. You had a freshman and a sophomore, and we're asking them to do a lot of things. And, you know, we had some challenges in the football season, but I think both of them going into this next season, you're going to see a big development between both of them. Gage Burdett, he's got an opportunity to really continue that on the basketball court as well.
Jumper for three is banked in by Jamarian Owens. 70-47, 5 seconds left, and Gage will stand there with it, let the clock wind down. Final score from Brush Fork Armory tonight. The Beckley Flying Eagles defeat Bluefield 70-47. We'll come back, recap it after this timeout on the Big Dog, 99.5 WJLS.
Looking for a career that makes a difference? For